Your word is noob. Next up, random. Your word is flavor. Spell congratulate. Next up, magnificent. Your word is ionize. Next up, bizarre. Your word is familiar. All right, spell curious. Can you spell obesity? Next up, accomplishment. Spell concentration. Your
Villain.
word is spell dauntless. Next up, gibberish. All right, spell translucent. All right, spell nutritious.
Okay, why are some of y'all so smart?
All right, spell greedy. Next up, proof. Spell pie. Spell size. Spell exile. All right, spell robust. Your word is suck. Your word is human. Your word is cliff. Next up, convey. Can you spell remarkable? All right, spell dilate. All right, spell anatomical. Can you spell pray? Your word is betray. Can you spell thesis? The next word is twist. Your word is voluntary. Next up, accumulation. Can you spell spokesperson? Your word is diplomatic.
Guys, I'm a little stupid. I don't know how to spell twist.
Okay, also for blah, 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 blah. Diplomat, it's kind of like diploma.
Can you spell state? Can you spell cabin?
Who the freak is hiding behind that tree back there?
Can you spell pear?
Does anyone else see that?
All right, spell
Oh, there we go.
hotel. Spell refrain. All right, spell burial. Spell enact. Your word is reply. Next up, trauma. Next up, bingo. The next word is can you spell formidable? Your word is grub. Can you spell exert? Can you spell quack? Your word is power. Can you spell noble? Can you spell stumble? Spell dairy. Your word is erupt. Can you spell hungry? Spell length. All right, tremendous. The next word is refugee. Next up, appetite. Next up, subsidy. Your word is warrior. The next word is vein. Can you spell ink? Spell defy. Next up, Giant. Spell intent. Your word is irony. All right, spell iron. All right, spell ash. All right, spell absorb. All right, spell ruby. All right, spell update. Your word is bayonet. Your word is transaction. Spell tangerine. Your word is pursuit. Next up, spell gender. Can you spell margin? Your word is clever. Your word is
Shake.
Your word is
Still.
all right, spell
Water.
the next word is monk. Can you spell rally? Your word is
Film.
spell town. All right, spell breakthrough. Next up,
Lightning.
the next word is diesel. Can you spell remarkable? Remarkable. Spell
Plethora.
next up,
Water.
can you spell clever? Can you spell
Filter.
spell
Pear.
next up,
Human.
can you
Suck.
spell spell gender. Right,
Margin.
spell next up,
Pie.
next up,
Overdue.
the next word is warrior. Spell
Broccoli.
can you spell
Lather.
can you spell
Formidable.
your word is offender. Your word is
Circle.
next up, tremendous. Spell
Propaganda.
next.
Gibberish.
All right, spell flavor. Your word is scholarship. The next word is doctrine. The next word is
Intermission.
next up,
Hotel.
next up,
Noble.
the next word is monk. The next word is exile. Can you spell rally? Can you spell greedy? Your word is subsidy. Next up, enact. Spell
Soda.
the next word is vain. Spell alphabet. The next word is dilate. The next word is obesity. Spell
Meditate.
your word is abstract. Spell await. Next up,
Dolphin.
the next word is
Abolish.
all right, spell
Steadfast.
the next word is refrain. Your word is intent. All right, spell convey. Next up, town. Next up, still. All right, spell
Paradox.
the next.
Pray.
Spell
Length.
all right, spell
Grub.
your word is
Familiar.
all right, spell
Ionize.
next up,
Alliance.
spell
Immobilize.
all right, spell
Exert.
up appetite. All right, spell
Automatic. Anatom.
the next word is robust. Next up,
Iron.
the next word is noob. Your word is duck. Next up,
Stumble.
your word is
Wrist.
the next word is
Bingo.
your word is
Reply.
the next word is
Size.
can you spell
Prank.
your word is
Strategic.
next up,
Oasis.
the next word is voluntary. The next word is
Guideline.
spell password. Spell curious. Next up,
Furious.
next up,
Excellent.
all right, spell
Fluorescent.
next up,
Semicircle.
the next word is
Gallant.
spell biography. Can you spell
Quill.
can you spell absence? All right, spell
Optimism.
Can you spell
Catalog.
your word is erupt? Your word is
Forbid.
your word is
Gold.
next up.
Mix.
Your word is
Dairy.
all right, spell
Power.
can you spell
Ash.
all right, spell trauma? Next up, workout. The next word is
Ink.
your word is chronic. Spell integrity. Spell vague. Next up,
Agnostic.
your word is seldom. Next up, refugee. Your word is
Lactose.
next up,
Liable. Liable.
your word is asthma. Next up, consumption. Spell
Translucent.
can you revelation? Your word is
Hourglass.
all right, spell
Procrastinate.
next up, comply. All right, spell
Film.
next up,
Shake.
your word is
Ruby.
all right, spell
House.
spell
Cliff.
the next word is absorb. All right, spell
Twist.
can you spell
Concentration.
all right, spell irony. The next word is betray. Can you spell bizarre? Bizarre. All right, spell.
Uncomfortable.
The next word is
Villain.
spell. Next up, firefighter. The next word is congratulate. Your word is thesis. All right, spell imprisonment. Your word is
Tangerine.
the next word is
Dauntless.
the next word is Wednesday. Can you spell independence? Can you spell
Syntax.
stuff?
Ravenous.
Spell random. The next word is sigh. Can you spell pigeon? Can you spell
Cabin.
can you spell
Hungry.
next up burial? Can you spell
Word.
can you spell
Update.
all right, spell
Echo.
all right, spell defy. Next up, pursuit. All right, spell
Chicken.
next up, debris. Can you spell
Burger.